Hello everybody, and welcome to Megadad's Bonus Level Live. I'm John Wall. To my left?
I don't know.
I
can't tell.
I think to my left is Adam, like always.
Certainly not at your front this time.
You're not at my front this time.
No.
So this is the return, the triumphant return of Megadad's Bonus Level, a series which we started as a Patreon stretch goal last year, or earlier this year, perhaps?
I think it was earlier this year.
But we've decided to retool the show, reformat it into a monthly live show here on YouTube. And the way it's going to work is it's going to be similar to the way the show worked before. We're each going to bring a topic of discussion, a topic that can be anything at all, ranging from video games to lasagna recipes to foot powder. And then we encourage you all to join in the conversation as well. You can jump in on the chat here on YouTube or send us questions via the usual routes.
Carrier pigeon,
smoke signal, mail,
SOS knocks on the door.
In fact, Johnny Casino is in the chat right now. He says hi. Hi, Johnny.
Hello, sir.
Hi, Johnny Casino. Welcome to the show. Oh, I'm so glad somebody showed up. I was really hoping somebody would show up.
Let's be real. Let's just be glad it wasn't Mom.
How's that A&W going?
It's delicious.
So I hope everybody can see us and hear us okay. We've never done anything like this. Johnny Casino wants to know the pants situation. I'm actually wearing my purple fuzzy pajama pants right now.
I have myself a pair of cargo shorts.
Nice. Hi, Ryan. Welcome to the show. Cargo shorts. I'm actually got like a little blankie. I don't know if you can see this here. I've got a Mickey Mouse blanket because it's cold in my basement right now. It's chilly. Skinny Matt's here.
Hello, sir.
I hope he's erect.
Well, that deserves some context, don't you think, John?
Nope.
Okay.
I think we just leave it right like that.
All right. Fair enough.
So yeah, this is basically
we just generally hope that all of our audience members are either erect or aroused if they are incapable of standard penile erection.
If you can't maintain a full erection, at least
you can't beat them.
I call that having a Ted Cruz. So yeah, it's just going to be a half an hour of us hanging out with the community, bullcrapping with them, talking about whatever we want to talk about.
Whatever we want to talk about.
And whatever they want to talk about. What do you guys want to talk about? Besides our pants.
Well, I'll tell you this right now. I was having quite a bit of a senior moment. Have you ever had one of those moments where you're really stupid and you recognize
how? Are you calling me that, or are you?
No. Well, I'm using you like in a general broad sense.
Okay.
I had a moment where we were giving Elliot his bath, and typically like he just fiddles around in the tub, and then we go and we get his clothes out of his drawer. And
he fiddles in the tub. What?
Oh, dude,
what you...
That's a topic for another time.
Okay.
But my child is 3, and I still don't know which drawer his pajamas are in. And they've never changed. It's like they've never moved drawers. Mm-hmm. But I 99% of the time open the wrong drawer. And it's something that is so simple, and I cannot learn it. Like, I just cannot learn this. And it's kind of like we live in a split level.
Right.
and we have light switches when you enter the house. We have light switches on the landing, and then we have light switches at the top of the steps. And at the top of the steps, there's 3 light switches. One for the hallway, one for the stair area, like the little entryway, and then one for the kitchen. And I still don't know which light switch does which. Like, I always flick the wrong switch. Do you have anything like that where you, like, it is something that you routinely do every single day, but yet you cannot get it down?
Yeah, the usual type of things. Same as you. Like at our front door, there's 2 light switches. One controls the outside light, and one powers an outlet that's under the front window. And we've lived here for 12 years. I never know which one is which.
Isn't that bizarre?
Yeah.
Like, it's the simplest thing. Like, I turn those lights on every single day, multiple times a day, but I always do it wrong. I don't know.
It's because we're old and ancient.
We are.
It's funny. I was tweeting out about the live show. Hey, Josh Stapleton.
Josh 40 Pillow Stapleton.
And I tweeted out 2 minutes. But my phone autocorrected to 2 minutes, asshole. It's like, why would you autocorrect to that?
Wow.
That's
like asshole, not even plural. So like you were very specifically calling out one asshole.
Somebody in particular.
Huh.
Josh Stapleton, maybe. He's not an a-hole though. He's a nice.
He's not. Josh Stapleton's a very nice guy.
Fellow. So, Adam.
Yeah.
Did you bring a topic to discuss for the bonus level?
Well, we kind of have it easy in the sense that we just had a Nintendo Direct. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, there's plenty to talk about there.
Yeah.
So I thought that would be. I mean, I didn't know what you were going to talk about, so we didn't like really discuss ahead of time what we bringing. So
I did not prepare show notes this time.
Yeah, and I don't know what to do with myself without your show notes.
Hey, but before you go on,
sure.
Johnny Casino wanted to know what I was drinking, and this is the beverage of choice for sissy men everywhere. It's a Henry's hard grape soda. Where's my camera? There we go. Henry's hard grape soda.
I thought you were going to say it was like an apple teeny.
No, it's not much better though. Ben Butler's here.
Ben Butler?
Ben Butler, welcome to the party, pal.
Is he your butler?
Ryan wants to know if he's the only one that thinks Octopath Traveler is boring.
Have you tried it yet, John?
I have not.
I don't disagree, but I also think like RPGs, especially that kind of RPG, are really difficult to demo properly.
Right.
Octopath Traveler is very wordy. It's a crap ton of dialogue, and then they have some very vanilla battles. Mm-hmm. That kind of gives you an idea of how the combat's going to play, but it's also very clearly the very first battles, so they're just a lot of entering commands.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not ready to write it off just yet because, I mean, all Square old school RPGs start that way.
Right. You're super
one thing,
high on this game, though. I saw when it was announced, you were.
Oh my God!
Your pants were full.
If you thought that I Am Setsuna was a great nod to classic Square RPGs, this does it so much better. The aesthetic, the graphics are so cool because it's like it looks like a 16-bit game, but in 3D. So I don't know. I think it's awesome. I'm really hopeful that it's going to turn out great. I was kind of bored by the demo a little bit, but I'm not deterred by that because that's just kind of how they all start. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm super impressed with Ben Butler right now.
Why is that?
He is in a bar watching football, listening to our show.
Well, I find the best way to consume our content is drunk off your ass.
Yeah,
It's really the only way to do it.
Because then, if you're lucky, you won't remember it at all when it's done.
You'll wake up in the morning with a headache, just regretting the night that you spent with the Magadads. But yeah, I did want to bring up Octopath just for the simple fact that the internet thought it was incredibly clever making fun of this game's name, which isn't necessarily what the game is going to be called.
Right.
And I just kind of wanted to call BS on that, because if we can accept games called Xenoblade Chronicles X and Tales of Xillia, I think this is really not that far out of the realm of normal JRPG name.
Names are dumb.
It's weird, but it's not like super weird. You know what I mean?
In the tradition of Japanese role-playing games, it's not that weird.
It's really not. What did you think of the Direct all in all?
It's funny because I haven't watched the full Direct because I completely forgot it was going on.
Yeah.
Until it was done, and then I was like, oh, that's right. So I watched the trailer for that, and I watched the Mario trailer, and I watched the Xenoblade Chronicles X trailer, which all looked cool. But, yeah, I completely blanked that thing was going on.
I missed, like, the first 10 minutes, I think, because it was starting to air right as I was getting home.
Yeah.
And then for the rest of it, Elliot was being a complete shithole.
What else is new?
You had a massive tantrum through the entire thing. So I saw a lot of it, but I didn't hear a lot of it. Mario looks incredible.
Yeah.
I really feel like that could potentially give Zelda a run for its money.
That's bonkers.
Isn't that crazy?
I think we should jump right into Josh Stapleton mentioned something just now, which is one of the listener submitted topics for the show.
It was actually my topic too.
Josh Stapleton just asked, or he said, anyone else hoping that Angry Adam joins in the chat? And that's
he's here.
And that's what Matt Knight wanted us to discuss. Skinny Matt. Okay, so
it's not you, is it?
No.
Okay.
A few months back, there was the whole Dream Daddy Bobby business,
right? Where
somebody created an account. I don't know if it started because of our episode. I'm guessing it somehow spawned.
It had to have been influenced at least by.
Right. And so this was an account posing kind of as Bobby the Nintendo Guru, who was obsessed with Dream Daddy. And to my knowledge, nobody knows who that was?
I think they figured it out.
Yeah? Is that person in the chat right now who it was?
No.
Okay. Because I never heard.
And it's not somebody that I think is active in our community, like, to that extent. I mean, it's a listener.
Okay.
But it's not somebody who...
Not one of our normal ragtag...
Not somebody who's super engaged with us.
Okay. Well, this person, I'm guessing, is one of the usual suspects.
I would assume so, but I don't know. It's kind of weird because what was this? Did this start yesterday or was this 2 days ago? I can't even remember.
I don't know.
I think they've only tweeted like twice though, and whoever it is not very committed because it hasn't really gone anywhere.
I can't remember if I followed it or not. What's it called? Angry. It's just Angry Adam,
it's just
right?
At Angry Adam or something like that. I thought it was hilarious.
Okay, here it is. Because
clearly I'm known as the Krabby Megadad, which I kind of knew, I guess.
We can't disagree with that.
I can't. I don't know. And then I've been going back and listening to older episodes of ours because I'm trying to get clips for our 50th episode. Like I want to have like kind of a segment of funny bits.
Mm-hmm.
And my God, I bitch about so much stuff on our show. And
was it kind of enlightening?
It was kind of weird. Like, I know that I get, passionate about stuff, but after this kind of came about and I was like, really, am I known as the crabby guy? No, I'm not known as, and I'm listening back, I'm like, oh my God, I'm an asshole. Like I can be a little too passionate, I think, about some things. So that was going to be...
You are very strong with your likes as well as your dislikes. You don't feel very middle of the road about stuff.
And that's just it. I feel like when I talk about things that I do love, that I'm really interested in, that doesn't really get anybody's attention. So it's not that I lean then into being crabby. I think it's just, I don't know if people are more entertained by that.
Right.
Like I've been talking about Night in the Woods on our show for months about how much I love it. And it's like my runner up for game of the year. And there's just crickets. But man, if I call out the Rabbids, half of the internet falls on me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's fun to make fun of me because of, the things that I dislike. I'm cool with it. It's fine.
Maybe we have like a pool, like a betting pool, trying to figure out who it is.
Trying to figure out who it is. They just need to be more interactive. Whoever Angry Adam is, they need to give us more to
step
work
up their
with.
Game.
Yeah, I'm totally fine with it. I think they need to really lean into it. And yes, Johnny Casino, I am totally excited for Concrete and Gold tomorrow. It's getting delivered by Amazon.
Is it?
Which means it will not be here by the time I leave because I have to leave early tomorrow to do Plasma. But
I set it up to auto download on my phone, so I don't know what time that happens.
I think because I have Prime, that I should instantly get the album on my Prime Music account.
Right.
So, oh man, so excited.
So Luke Lore wants to know. He says, what turns you on or off about certain games versus others? He says, is it gameplay, universe, story? What sells you on a game overall? He says the question comes from Adam, loving Uncharted, but not Mario Rabbids or Halo, so... Yeah.
It depends on the game.
Yeah?
It really depends on the game. Both of us are really big into the story, the story element of games.
Mm-hmm.
That's
I would
why
say like story / world. If like the story doesn't necessarily have to be super great, but if the world that they put you in is super interesting.
It just has to be super in some
super
kind?
Just super.
I don't know, like Halo I've never been interested in. I liked the first one all right, but their story, which I'm as I said, that's one of my preferences in games, is just complete nonsense.
Yeah, that's one I went into just for the gameplay because I just like to play it.
And that's just it. There are certain games. I mean, look at Zelda. Zelda doesn't really have or Breath of the Wild doesn't really have much of a story at all.
It's a simple story.
It has a very simple story.
It's a good story. I would say it's a good story, but it's very simply told.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, it's very bare bones.
Yeah.
I mean, you go for like 15 hours without any sort of storytelling at all.
Right.
So it really depends on the kind of game, but story is a big thing for me. Go back to Night in the Woods. There's really no gameplay in that thing at all. It's an interactive storybook or an interactive movie, and I love it for that.
Yeah. I gotta go.
And then you look at No Man's Sky, which basically has no plot at all, and I really love that game. Mm-hmm. So
different things get you in different ways.
Yeah.
Anthony Guillen, he sent something in. He says, we know Mario is no longer a plumber. he might be some kind of undead phantom able to possess anything from a fish to a T-Rex. But the big question is, does Mario wear boxers or briefs?
What?
He wants to know Mario's underpants situation. I'll chime in and say, as a fellow man of significant girth.
Whoa. No.
I'm not saying
No.
I'm not saying crotchal region. Maybe I used the wrong word. Like, just a bigger dude. As a bigger dude, you gotta go boxer brief. Because otherwise you got too much stuff in too many folds and too much...
Wait. Boxer brief?
Boxer briefs.
Not boxers. Boxer briefs.
Boxer briefs specifically.
Okay. Explain.
Because it keeps everything where it's supposed to be, snug and tight, but it also doesn't pinch you in your crotchal regions like tighty whities.
I can't.
It's the best of both worlds.
Nobody wears those anymore, do they?
Boxer briefs?
No. Tighty whities.
I assumed everybody had gone to boxer briefs. I can't imagine people wearing just boxers.
I wear boxers.
Just boxers?
Yeah.
Your stuff's just like flapping around, just hanging?
It knows where it's supposed to be.
Oh, that just seems... there was a brief period of time where I tried going the boxer route, and it was just so uncomfortable. It's like, I just felt naked.
Maybe we should take a poll in the chat.
What are you guys wearing?
And watch everybody vacates the chat.
Apparently everybody says that Mario's freeballing it.
Yeah.
Which...
I would imagine he's got a really small...
Yeah, you don't think he's packing?
No. I mean, you think about like the size of his head compared to his body.
Right.
Like, I bet that thing is just tiny.
Ben says boxer briefs.
His little plunger.
Johnny and Skinny Matt say they wear boxers.
All right.
Does anybody go commando? Is anybody is anybody just freeballing it? Let us know.
Let the entire internet know the status of your undergarments.
What do you think of Mario's nipples, Adam? That's a thing today that people are obsessed with.
I think they're a decent size. I mean, they're not too small. They're not micro nipples.
Right.
And they're not large. He's clearly waxing it.
I know. He's a clean-shaven man.
Which is bizarre for an Italian with a giant poofy mustache. Mm-hmm. That he's just like smooth.
Right. You'd expect a very healthy pillow of chest hair.
Wouldn't that be great if you just played that game and there was just nothing but bush? There's just like... it's like a big old Brillo pad running around Koopa Beach.
Wow. That would be something.
Yeah.
We've got about 5 minutes left.
Do we have any more questions from the community, or did you want to bring up your topic?
I think that really about covers it. I'll say mine quick. It's not going to take long, and then people can jump in if they got any other last-minute questions. Boy, this half an hour goes quick.
Does.
I was just going to talk about something that I came across today while I was browsing the internet after I got home from work, and I pre-ordered a book on Amazon.com.
What is going on with you in these books?
Well, in my defense, this book has lots of pictures.
Lots of what?
Lots of pictures.
There you go.
Pictures.
There's a thing, that my wife makes fun of you a great deal for the way you say pictures.
Because I say pictures?
Because you say pictures all the time. And I never noticed it.
Your wife is dumb. No, I pre-ordered the book Wildstorm, a celebration of 25 years. Can you believe it's been 25 years since, like, Image Comics?
Like, I was going to say, is this the comic book Wildstorm?
Yeah, so this is a hardcover collection. It says right here, it features stories, new art, as well as a collection of brand new short stories featuring some of the original creators. So there's a Deathblow story by Brandon Choi and Jim Lee, The Authority by Warren Ellis and Brian Hitch, Gen 13 by J. Scott Campbell, Backlash by Brett Booth.
Wow, really?
Yeah, so it's just this hardcover book all about the history of Wildstorm, new stories, new art. And I just saw that and I was like, man, that is like when I was into comics.
Right.
Like the early 90s was like my prime time. Like early 90s.
It was we used to call you Primetime Wall.
That was my nickname, Primetime.
Yeah.
You know, like...
Can we bring that back?
We probably shouldn't. That sounds dumb. You know, the X-Men from the early 90s.
Yep.
And the start of Image Comics with, like, Spawn and Cyberforce and Wildcats and Team 7. And I just felt so nostalgic when I saw this book. I read pretty much all the Wildstorm stuff. Pretty much every single one of them back in the day. And I just thought, that's... You know, every once in a while I get a bit nostalgic for the comics of my youth. And I just thought, hey, this is an awesome book. And holy crap, it's been 25 years.
How much did it cost you?
$20 only. It's not bad.
You didn't tell your wife, though, did you?
No.
That you bought a comic book for $20 on the internet?
I did finally tell her that I pre-ordered a $500 console.
You hadn't told her that you pre-ordered the X yet?
Well, not right away. Because we had discussed it beforehand.
Uh-huh.
And then...
And clearly that meant you're good to go.
I had the go-ahead in my mind. So then I pre-ordered it.
She was sleeping when you were talking about it.
So then I waited about 2 weeks or something like that. And I was like, oh, by the way, I pre-ordered that thing.
I was thinking about the X on the way home today, which is stupid. That I'm driving home in rush hour traffic and I'm thinking about video games, but such is life.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna get it.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna wait till it launches, and I'm gonna check yours out first to get full confirmation.
Right.
But
yeah, I mean, wait and see. Maybe like Xbox is notorious for crazy good bundles. Like, here's 4 free games.
Right, but I wouldn't think for the X, not this soon, right?
Maybe not. I don't know. But,
I don't know. I'm thinking spring. It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, anybody else got any last minute things they want to throw at us? Questions they want us to answer before we wrap this up for the night?
We got 1 minute and 12 seconds left.
This has been a hoot.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Did you have a hoot?
I had a hoot.
As they're pondering it over, I had one more thing that I wanted to bring up quickly.
Okay.
Since we brought up Angry Adam, I got to rage about one thing.
Okay, do it.
So the two of us were texting earlier because I had that eShop code to redeem.
Yep.
Can we address the fact that Nintendo still has not fixed the eShop on Switch?
The fact that it's still just kind of like...
You still can't sort by category. You can't... It's new releases and best sellers, right? And that's it.
New releases, best sellers.
And then you like search.
Yeah, maybe.
Like how the hell have they not fixed this yet?
Especially now that there's like a pretty decent amount of games available for
There's a lot of stuff on there.
Yeah.
Good luck finding it.
I would not be surprised if they did like a complete eShop top to bottom redesign in like year 2.
You think they're saving it for like the pay service? Because isn't that supposed to be launching pretty soon?
Yeah.
There's Skinny Matt's on the same page as I am.
Yeah. Yeah. I think when that starts up and when they do whatever the virtual console thing is, with your free game or whatever, they're going to have to change that thing up a little bit.
They're gonna have to. It's a joke.
Even the Wii U one was better.
Yeah, it was. It's just an embarrassment.
Yeah.
Speaking of embarrassment,
Yep.
we thank you guys for tuning in to Megadad's bonus level.
Yeah. Let us know what you thought about this, whether you're watching live now or the archived video on YouTube.
Yeah, you could be pulling a Lucas Lore.
Could be. Yeah. What the F? Where's Mark Peterson?
Where is Mark Peterson?
I don't know.
I haven't heard from him since TootyCon.
I thought about him earlier today, and I realized I hadn't heard from him in a long time, and I got kind of scared.
Oh, by the way, Johnny Casino, in regards to your question of whether or not he whispered in my ear, not to brag or whatever it was, he didn't do that, but he told me that he was supposed to do that. There was an awkward bubble between us where he said that he was supposed to do that.
He was going in to say it, and then you turned into him, and he ended up kind of kissing you on the cheek, is what I saw.
Right, and then he just brushed the back of my neck with his fingertips.
Right. And then he used his tongue to kind of lap at your earlobe.
Right. It was
that was weird.
It was like one of those. Kind of like a dog drinking water.
That's not what that sounded like.
And that's all the time we have for tonight.
That's going to do it. Yeah, let us know what you think of the show. Suggestions. Was it 29 minutes too long? was it not long enough?
It's typically not long enough in my experience.
The show will change and adapt as we go on and as we get feedback from you guys. So please leave us some words, and that's going to do it, right? We'll see We'll see you next month, the second Thursday of every month.
It's going to be way too difficult to remember, John.
Yeah, we'll tweet it. Megadad's bonus level. Thanks.
You don't know how to end this, do you, John?
Son of a...
John.
I should have looked before.
John, I'm sure there's just a button.
I swear I am